Hello everyone, welcome to Management Kaksha, a one-stop solution for all your management related queries. Here's another video in the series of planning function. To watch the earlier videos, click on the above link. In this video, we will be covering about the principles of planning function and the steps taken to make planning effective. There are several basic principles that have been devised in order to guide the managers when they are engaged in the process of planning. Some of the principles are the principle of contribution to objectives. We have been talking all along that the planning process is the first step towards achievement of goals and objectives, and this clearly explains the principle of contribution to objectives. Long-range plans should be interwoven with medium-range plans, which in turn should be worked out with the short-range ones. This is done in order to accomplish the organizational objectives more effectively and economically. It can also be said that the process of planning has to be used by the managers as a tool to achieve their goals. The second principle is principle of pervasiveness. Pervasiveness is a main feature or characteristic of the planning process. Being pervasive means something that has a tendency to spread. Planning is supposed to be done at all levels. Strategic planning or long-range planning is related to top management, while intermediate and short-range planning are the concern of middle and operative management respectively. The third principle is principle of flexibility. The principle of flexibility states that management should be able to change an existing plan because of changes in environment without undue cost or delay so that activities keep moving towards established goals. Future is not set on stone, and that is exactly why adapting plans to suit uncertain future or changing environment is easier if flexibility is an important consideration while planning. It is essential that both short-term and long-term plans need to have the element of flexibility. Flexibility is more important in the long-range plans because possibility of error or uncertainty is much higher in the long-term plans than in the short-term plans. The fourth principle is of principle of limiting factors. It is mandatory that planning must take the limiting factors like manpower, money, machines, materials and management into account by concentrating on them while developing alternative plans, strategies, policies, procedures and standards. The last principle of planning is principle of change. Under this, the manager should check on various events periodically and redraw the plans to maintain a course towards a desired goal. Further, he should check his plans to ensure that these are progressing as required. The role of a manager is analogous to the role of the navigator of a ship to change its course if it is not going on the right path. Let us sum up what we have covered until now. We have looked into the 5 important principles of planning, which are principle of contribution to objectives, principle of pervasiveness, principle of flexibility, principle of limiting factors, and principle of change. Further, we will be discussing the steps to be taken according to experts in order to make planning effective. How can managers effectively plan when the external environment is continually changing? The following steps have to be taken according to the experts to make planning effective. Let us have a look at these steps. And these would be climate, top management support, participation, communication, integration, and monitoring. Conducive climate must be provided so that activities proceed smoothly and systematically. Top managers should remove obstacles to planning by establishing clear-cut goals, realistic planning premises, and offering required information and appropriate staff assistance at various levels. Planning must start at the top. It must receive attention of the top management continually. They must be willing to extend a helping hand whenever required. Plans are implemented by people, so it is necessary to secure acceptance and commitment from them. One way to increase commitment is to solicit subordinates' participation in planning process. Planning comes alive when employees are involved in setting goals and determining the means to reach them. Goals, premises, and policies must be properly communicated to people. People must know what they're supposed to do, when, how, and where. The time limits must also be communicated in advance. Different plans must be properly balanced and integrated. They must support each other and should not work at cross purposes. Every attempt should be made to ensure that the payoffs of planning are more than the cost involved. Plans must be subjected to regular appraisal and review so as to take note of internal as well as external changes. According to management experts, a good plan consists of 10 commandments. The 10 commandments of a good plan are: it should have a clear objective. It should be simple and easy to understand. It should provide for proper analysis and clarification of actions. It should be flexible enough to move in sync with changing trends. It should have a balanced focus. It should be practicable and capable of delivering results. It should allow people, especially those who look after its implementation, to participate actively and enthusiastically. It should provide for optimum use of resources. It should be sold to everyone and communicated well before it's being implemented. It should allow integration of effort at every level smoothly. If you like our videos, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Management Kaksha.